Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on January 31st, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. All right, so as usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our economic calendar here. So in terms of the news here, we did have a Bank of England monetary policy statement. So they basically just kept everything the same. And we did see British pound go up. So now just keep in mind, tomorrow, January 31st here, this is the Brexit day. And as of tomorrow, UK will not be part of the European Union. So that may create some volatility in the markets, maybe low liquidity conditions in the British pound crosses. So just something to keep in mind. And then coming up here on Friday, we have CPI numbers here, and then the important stuff is not so much. So we do have CPI numbers here for Euro. So CPI numbers are very important. This is one of the numbers that are key numbers that the central banks track. Excuse me. So if the numbers are not in line with expectations, we can see Euro drop as a result. But expect Euro to be a little bit volatile as well. But British pound will be more volatile compared to Euro, but Euro will tend to move with British pound as well, because this Brexit news will have an impact on both of those currencies. So just be aware of that. We're also going into Friday, and this is also the end of the month, which means we can see some reversals as well, because a lot of people who would have the trades, they may be closing them to close off the month, and that can create moves in the opposite directions. And then in the New York session here, we have GDP numbers for Canada and some personal spending numbers. Chicago PMI numbers will be important for the US, and if it's below expectations here, we could see price drop here. And then consumer sentiment numbers, these are important as well. If we see that these numbers drop, then we are likely to see US dollar drop as well. But then after that, the New York session is fairly light. Now, another thing to keep in mind here is we had today World Health Organization actually made coronavirus as, or declared it as a international emergency. Now that was, a lot of people were expecting that, because WHO was supposed to meet today, but there could be some more repercussions from that. So we could see the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar drop as a result. So let's take a look at the charts right now, and we'll go into that a little bit more. So here, first we'll start off with Euro dollar here. So for Euro, price has been trading in a range, so it is into resistance. We did see price go up today, but it's right into resistance, and it looks like it's bouncing off of that. This is a very important support resistance level. Price has really several times here, price has reacted to this level. So now if it stays below this 1.1040, I will look for a price to drop here. So my bias is more to the downside. Even though we have a bullish candle here, I'm looking for price to come back towards the bottom of the range. Now if it goes to the other side, now then it becomes bullish. But as long as it stays below 1.1040, I'm looking for it to drop. So bias is bearish here. 1.0980 is the target to the downside. So bearish bias here for Euro dollar. Pound dollar here, this one has gone up, but price is into resistance. So be aware of that, but it is bullish bias here. So in this case, as we can see, price has been trading in this range for a few weeks now. And as such, we could see price go towards the top of the range. So my bias here is bullish. Now with caution though, because we are seeing that price is right into this resistance. So this is where price has reacted several times. So if it's not able to go through this 1.3100 level, if it doesn't break above, then I will look for this one to come back down towards the bottom of the range here as well. But should it go through that level, then I will look for it to go all the way to the high of the range at 1.3180. So at this point, bullish to a little bit neutral. So just keep an eye on 1.3100 level. Aussie dollar here, this one is looking bearish. We did see this drop into this support level here. It's still looking bearish here. So at this point, I will look for a retest of 0.6730, and if it holds below, then I will look for a further drop. Now, keep in mind, this is a strong support level here. So if price does not go through that, it can turn around. So that's something we have to be cautious about. It's right into support. So be mindful of that. If it doesn't break this support level, it can turn around. So for now, bearish bias, and target would be, first target would be a retest of 0.6700, and then we're looking at 0.6680. So bias is bearish for now. New Zealand dollar, this is looking bearish still. We had a nice drop today, and now looking for price to drop further. I will look for a retest into 0.6500, and if it holds below, I'm looking for a drop towards 0.6450. So bias here is bearish for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, this one is kind of going sideways here. We did see price go into our first target here, but right now it doesn't seem to have a lot of momentum in either direction. What I will look for is a move into 1.3180 level. If it holds above, then this one could go back up. But if it drops through this level, then I will look for it to come into 1.3150. So right now, my bias is neutral for dollar CAD. Let's take a look at commodities now. Silver has gone up. We were looking for it to go higher, so it's done that at this point. Bias is bullish. We could get a pullback into 17.67, and then I will look for price to go towards the top of the range here, 18.15. So in this case, looking for price to move into the resistance level here. So it's back into this range that it has been trading in for a long time. Now looking for it to test the high of the range at 18.15. And only if it goes above that, then we're looking for 18.34. So bullish bias for silver here. Gold hasn't done as well today. We do have a bearish candle close here. So in this case, we could see a drop back towards the support at 1563. So keep that in mind. So my bias is bearish, looking for it to drop towards 1563. But keep an eye on what the safe haven assets do as well, because if safe haven assets start to get bought, then this one could go higher. And it's into this support level here. So resistance turning into support. So if it holds above 1568, this one could still go higher because we do have this bullish trend line here. So this one could bounce off of this level here and go higher. So be mindful of this 1568 level. If it holds above this here, then we could see price go higher. Otherwise, if it breaks through that, it could go all the way into 1560 level here. So for now, neutral bias actually for gold. Oil here, oil's gone both ways. We were looking for a drop yesterday, we got that. Now at this point, we did see it go back up, but it's into resistance now. So if it holds below 1540, we could see this one drop. So 52.20 is the first target and 51.20 is the second target. So oil, our bias here is bearish. Copper still looking bearish. We did see that move back up. It went right into the support level here, bounced back. But as we can see here, it hasn't really broken through that resistance level. And as we can see, it's dropping now. So bias is bearish. 2.47 is the first target, and then 2.45 below that. So copper still looking bearish. Bitcoin, still bullish here. Now it is into some important support resistance level. So bias, I would say, is still bullish, but this is where we need to start getting cautious with this one. And what I would look for here would be a pullback, potentially into 92.20. And if it holds above, we could see another leg higher. But because this is into major support resistance level coming all the way from here, this one could turn around. So keep an eye on that. Bias is bullish, but with caution for Bitcoin. And S&P 500, now this is looking quite bullish. We have seen price go up quite a bit. It did go all the way down, and then it has pulled back up. It is into resistance at 32.90. So at this point, we need to see if it can hold above that level, because that's an important support resistance level. If price is not able to hold above, it can come back down towards the bottom of this range. So it's been trading in this range, but should it break through this level, then we have lots of room to the upside. So this is a critical level to watch. If it breaks through, then target would be 33.40. But if it doesn't go through, then we could see it come back. So because of that, the bias here is neutral. It's just that an important level that we need to watch. So neutral bias here, so bullish to neutral bias here for S&P 500. NASDAQ here, a huge move to the upside here in NASDAQ. So we are into prices right into resistance. So again, bullish bias, but this one could turn because this is where price turned around previously. So if it holds below 92.42, then expect price to come down. But if it breaks through it, then we could see it go all the way into 92.80 will be the next target to watch. But if it holds below 92.42, I will look for it to come back down towards 9100 and then potentially 89.50. So for now, though, it is bullish, but with caution. And then looking at Dow Jones here as well, same thing, prices into resistance, and this is kind of where it's traded for this whole week. So if it holds below 28,950, so the resistance level that it's at, then we could see it come back down. However, on the other hand, should it break through, again, plenty of room to the upside here, and we could see it go higher. In that case, the first target would be 29,200, and then it could go even higher into 29,350 here. But for now, the important level is 28,950. So bias here is bullish, but with caution. And then we have DAX here. It's again into support. Price went into the support level, bounced off. At this point, bias is neutral. What I would look for is if it holds above 13,136, then I will look for price to go higher towards 13,370. But basically, this is where price has been trading. So the bias is neutral for DAX. FTSE here, it dropped, but then pulled back all the way. And as such, looking for price to stay in this range that it's been trading in this entire week. As long as it holds above 73.80, I will look for a move towards 7,500. So neutral bias for FTSE as well. And last but not least, looking at Nikkei here. So Nikkei is reacting to the high. So it hasn't been able to break through. We did see a drop today, then price pulled back and went all the way into the resistance at 23,420, and now it seems to be rejecting it. So I will look for a move lower. First target is 23,000, and then second target would be 22,800. So in this case, bias is neutral. Bias is bearish for Nikkei. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day tomorrow. Just keep in mind, it is month end, it is weekend, so just be mindful of that this Friday, so we could see price price turn around. And that's it. So have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Sunday for our weekly analysis. Bye for now.